Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to share a really quick postpartum update with you and a little baby update as well. So I'm going to start with myself. I am almost 4 weeks postpartum and I've been feeling better every single day. My bleeding has stopped. I feel like my uterus is fully contracted. All of the healing has pretty much taken place. The only couple lingering things as far as labor goes is my tailbone. I did fracture my tailbone during the laboring process, and so it really hurts for me to sit or to drive, things like that. So I have to be off my tailbone, which means pretty much laying down, just to kind of stop the pain. But aside from that, everything else is back to normal. I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight. All of that's really good. So a couple other things I wanted to mention is in regards to like my mental health. I have experienced and have been experiencing postpartum depression. I find that the first week, because my son was just in the hospital, in and out of hospitals, I didn't really have time to think about my emotions, but once we got home, it really settled in, and it's been pretty heavy. I feel like some days are worse than others, and I feel like it gets really bad come the evening time. So evening and night is the worst. During the day is much better, and I do find that it's worse when I'm not sleeping. So obviously, when we're not sleeping in the beginning with a newborn, that makes it worse, but it is manageable. I'm not on any medications or anything for it. I'm just keeping a close eye on it. I'm talking to my close friends and my husband and my family just to check in with people, and I have a lot of support, so it's all good. I just hate this feeling of feeling down and unhappy. I find that I just don't have that excitement like I used to about going out or doing things. Just kind of don't feel like myself. So I can't wait to kind of get back into that zone of feeling a little bit more like myself, because it's definitely tough to go through day to day like this. But besides the depression and my tailbone hurting, like I said, everything else is good. I am not working out yet. Obviously, I have to wait for the all clear and the 6-week mark, but what I am doing are my pelvic floor workouts. So I do things like the glute bridges and leg extensions and those kinds of things, the deeper breathing. So I do spend about 15-20 minutes a day doing those kinds of exercises, which are super gentle and safe to start as soon as you're able. So that's what I'm doing, and I can't wait to get back to my workouts and all that, but I'm just taking this time to really just rest and enjoy the baby. I am nursing. It is actually going really well. So I've never been able to nurse my kids before due to other complications, but this time around Liam has been nursing really well so far. So we're almost a month in and I've been able to nurse this long. I don't know how long I'll be able to, if my supply will drop like it did with the others, but for now it's going well. So I'm enjoying that. We do give Liam a bottle once every night. I make like my goat milk formula for him, so that my husband can give a feed at night and I can get a little extra rest, because it has been challenging trying to get enough sleep, obviously. But aside from that, things have been starting to get better with our routine. I find that right now it's still very chaotic. He's still eating every 1.5 to 2 hours. He still has his days and nights mixed up, so he's really alert during the night. He cries a lot, he wants to be held a lot, but overall we're getting better every day. And one thing that's been really consistent for the past 2 weeks is that around 10 o'clock in the morning, he goes for a 3-hour nap, and he's been doing that every single day. And I rely on this nap to film like I'm doing now, to get breakfast going, to clean the house, to get some work done. So it's been really nice, and I'm hoping that we'll slowly get more and more into our routine and into a schedule. And currently right now, our biggest focus is getting his days and nights reversed, because they're backwards right now. So that's all been going good. For my nutrition, I find like it's so hard for me to find time to eat because I'm always nursing him, but I have been trying to eat as healthy as I can, lots of vegetables and fresh fruit, whole grains, lots of protein, and then I'm taking, some supplements like beef liver capsules, a multivitamin, some probiotics, omega-3s. So that's kind of where I'm at with myself. I'm gonna just update you a little bit more on the baby and what's been happening there. All right, so for baby, I wanted him to be in this video, but he's napping and this is the only time I'll get. So I will try to maybe insert some clips of him, and I'll bring him in the future to film with him. But he's been doing really well. He's 11 pounds. He's longer for sure because he's outgrown his clothes. He's in 3-month clothing, but it's tight. So he's gonna be in like 3 to 6 months soon. He is really like calm, gentle, alert. He's smiling and started cooing last week intentionally, which is cute. So if we go like little baby noises or little faces at him, he smiles back or coos back, which is so sweet because he's getting more like interactive with us. So all of that is good. He's meeting all of his developmental milestones. But a couple things, we just found out that he actually broke his clavicle, his collarbone, during the labor process. I don't know how nobody found it because he saw like 20 different doctors and practitioners being in and out of hospitals, and they all checked him. So they all missed it, but when we went for his midwife checkup a couple days ago, they saw like the fractured callus on his collarbone. And so she was like, I think he fractured it. So she set up an appointment with a pediatrician. He's also seeing a chiropractor who didn't initially pick up on it, but when we took him back, they checked him and they said, yes, he definitely broke his collarbone during delivery, which breaks my heart that we didn't know because we were moving his arms and stuff and, you know, probably causing him so much pain. And it also, because we didn't know about it, we weren't able to do anything to make sure it sets correctly. So it currently has set incorrectly, and now instead of his bone being like this, it's overlapping like this. So that has just been another thing to add on to everything else he's gone through. He is still having his benign myoclonus seizure episodes when he sleeps or when we're driving. It always occurs when he's sleeping, and motion and sound trigger it. So if we're driving or in a really loud place, he'll start having them. I haven't noticed if they've gotten better yet. They said that they would peak between weeks 3 and 5, and he's 4 weeks almost. So I'm hoping that they start to decline soon, because it does make it really challenging for us to drive long distance. We're not comfortable doing that yet because of his seizures, and he always sleeps in the car. So that's been a challenge. And sorry, the air conditioner's on, so you hear like a background humming sound. So I apologize for that. But his seizures are still going on, but his jaundice is cleared up. His heart arrhythmias are completely gone, which is so great. The last really big thing is his broken clavicle, which is set wrong and healing wrong, and the myoclonus seizures. Now, another thing that has started happening around week 3 is insane projectile vomiting. So almost after every meal, around week 3, he started literally throwing up, but it was projectile, like it would go a couple feet. And he was vomiting and not keeping anything down. So not only was it hard for me, who I would feed him both sides, which would take an hour, and fill him up, but then he'd throw it all up that he'd be hungry again right away. I put him back on, and I was just sitting on the couch all day, every day, during the nights too, so not sleeping. So not only was it hard on me, but it's, you know, not great for him because he's at the risk of dehydration and malnutrition and things like that. So when I was talking to the midwife, again, she set up an appointment with a pediatrician for him, so we'll get things confirmed, but they're going to send him for an ultrasound to check his like pyloric sphincter, because where the stomach contents, the milk, empties into the intestines, there's a condition called pyloric stenosis, which is when there's like a thickening of that sphincter, so food can't actually reach the intestines, and so it just comes up instead. And it typically symptoms start occurring around week 3, which is kind of what happened with him, and it's projectile, which is what's happening with him. So I am hoping and praying that this is not what he has, because it does require surgery, which means back to an in-hospital stay for a couple days, and I'm at the point where I'm like so overwhelmed with hospitals, and now with a collarbone, he has to get an x-ray for that and get that sorted out. So there's just so much stuff with this little man. I cannot believe what's been going on with him. I'm just ready to be done with it all. So what we've been doing for him with his throwing up to make sure he keeps food down is feeding him really small meals. more frequently, which means that I don't get to rest, but that's okay. So we'll nurse him for a couple, like a minute, literally no longer than a minute. I take him off and we burp him first of all between every minute of feeding. And then we cut him off. So when he's nursing, after I feel like he's had enough and I don't want him to puke, I'll cut him off after a few minutes and we'll make him wait like 20-30 minutes and then put him back on. And we just keep doing that throughout the day, throughout the night. This way he's getting smaller little meals, but more frequently, which hopefully is not going to overwhelm his stomach until we can get him checked out and seen. So that's where he's at. He currently, like I said, weighs 11 pounds, but if this condition is what he actually has, if he has a pyloric stenosis and it did start developing around week 3, his weight can start to drop if he's not getting enough nourishment. He is pooping and peeing good, so for now everything's okay, but it is something that we're worrying about, and we're not out of the woods yet with all of his little conditions. So currently 3 active conditions: collarbone, seizure, little seizure episodes, and then potentially pyloric stenosis because he is projectile vomiting. So it's been a challenge, but other than that, he's such a good, like an angel baby. He's calm, he's happy, and such a sweet boy. So everything else has been going good, but a big part of my depression that I've been having, I know, has been to do with his health issues, because I'm just constantly worried and constantly overwhelmed with the amount of doctor visits and hospital visits we've been having to do and testing we've been having to do. So it's a lot. He's seeing a chiropractor, which we're hoping will help improve his little seizure condition as it realigns the spine, and his nerves then can fire correctly. So it improves his nervous system. We're also hoping that it helps with his latching with nursing, because one thing he does do when he nurses is he comes off and on the breast. He can't stay latched for like a normal period of time. And I noticed that his head, he has a hard time like turning it to latch. So there's some strain on one side of his neck and some swelling from the labor and delivery process. So his chiropractor is working on that. And we're just taking it one day at a time. So the plan with everything is I am going back to work September. So like back to consults. I have been working this whole time, but back to consults. I do work from home, but I will be starting up with consults again and seeing clients in person. So my kids, I know this is a baby and postpartum update, but my kids are actually, my oldest son is actually signed up for a private school, and then my other 2 will be homeschooling at home because they're easier, and they will help me with the kid, with watching Liam, helping me with the baby, so that I can get a little bit of work done. So that's kind of the plan. But otherwise, that's everything. So we're slowly getting back to our little family routine and our rhythm, our new normal for now. I will keep you guys updated very soon with more updates. I'll bring baby in for an introduction, but I will insert a little video of him at the end so you guys can kind of see what he's looking like right now. And I will show you my tummy. There's nothing to see, but I will show you kind of how things have gone back since pregnancy and delivery. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you soon. All right, so this is the front for my tummy for 3.5-4 weeks postpartum. Here is the side. I still have like the smushy skin and all that, of course, but I'm really happy with how everything went, kind of after 4 kids. I am very happy with I'm proud of my body, so very happy. And this little guy just had a bath. Liam, you say hi. Say hi. And now he has the hiccups because somebody ate too quick. Hey, buddy. You're so cute. Hi. Why do you look so nice? Hi. Oh, what's happening? It's a whole situation. It's a whole situation. Hi. Oh. Oh, are we squeezing? Oh. Uh-oh. There's definitely things happening. There's definitely things a brewing.